Chapter 14 The World According to Sister. It happened at lunch when I was sitting with Simply Red. Chunky Bear was not at school that day. He had told us his mother in Seattle wanted him to come to live with her, and I wondered if he had gone so soon. "You went to an all-girls school," said Simply Red. "Are you like really rich?" "No, man," I laughed. "Some of the high schools are either all boys or all girls. Mine was a Catholic school with a real nun as principal." "Ah, so that's why you wore a uniform. It was a Catholic school," said Simply Red, as if she finally understood me. "No, everybody in all schools wear uniforms. A lot of the boys wear khaki pants and shirts, and the girls wear tunics and blouses or skirts and blouses. Different schools wear different colors, so you can tell by our uniforms what school we go to." She mumbled, "Khaki and tunics," as if this was evidence that I was from another planet. So I jumped to my feet to explain what my tunic looked like. Ours was navy blue, and then we'd wear a white cotton blouse under it, I said, and I drew it for her. It was really cool in a way because you never had to think of what to wear, and plain black shoes and white socks. Somehow it didn't sound as exciting as I had meant it to be. "Doesn't it have a belt?" she asked as she looked at my rather poor drawing, accurate, however, in the way it hung on my crudely drawn girl's frame. "No," I said. "Sister said no form-fitting clothes and all skirts to be below your knees." I was on a roll now. I knew, but I couldn't stop, as I was trying to prove, as we all did, that our principal was just the worst disciplinarian ever. A badge of honor for us, though. Although, to tell the truth, most schools had similar rules. No jewelry except a watch. Only earrings allowed are little knobs or tiny circular ones to keep the holes in our ears open. That is, if you have pierced ears, which I don't. Well, was that when Simply Red's mouth fell open and stayed that way? Neat. We all had to be neat always. Neat hair. Sister said she had no intention of trying to see any girl through a curtain of hair. She would say, "No weeping willow hair. That's for the girls with long straight hair like Indians or Chinese or like you. No glorious halos or gone with the wind hair. That would be hair like mine if I let it loose. No texting or using of cell phones on the school compound." I continued, trying to impress Simply Red. Simply Red was either blown away by this information or bored. She continued to look at me in a seriously strange way. In case it was that she was bored, I became even more dramatic and desperate, sounding as much like Sister as I could. Sister told us some of these things at the first registration meeting, which was attended by all new girls and their parents or guardians. Then she ended by saying, "The world may be going to hell in a handbasket, but it won't happen at my school, not on my watch. Anyone who finds these rules too onerous may feel free to remove their child from the school." Then she said, "Any questions?" with a smile that dared anybody to ask any. And no one ever did. We new girls were told. Granny, who was with me for that first meeting, Mom couldn't fly to Jamaica just for that, thoroughly approved of Sister as one would expect. Sister was a legend, and we loved being a part of the legend. "So in effect," said Simply Red as she got up from the table at which we were sitting, "your mom like sprung you from a prison camp when she brought you here?" "No," I said, a little bit hurt that she couldn't enter into my world according to Sister. How I missed that world, my friends, and even Sister. Sister always knew who couldn't afford a new uniform, who couldn't afford lunch, or who had to be quietly put on the school breakfast program. And she dealt with all those things in a way that saved the girl's pride. But I couldn't explain that part of my world, the part that wasn't totally paradise, because then there might be some justification for my mother moving me here, and there wasn't. I swiftly brushed away the quick tears that had come to my eyes and followed Simply Red, who had lost interest in my world according to Sister, or knew I was showing off, into the school building. I guess that made me feel desolate. Had I lost my only friend? Is that why what happened next happened?